Hi everyone, welcome to Beauty First and 10. I love makeup and I love football and I post videos on both. So please hit the subscribe button down below to be notified of new videos and new video shorts as they become available, and make sure you also click on the notification bell and that will get you notifications every time I post. Also, if you hit the more button next to the title, and then it'll bring up a paragraph, and if you hit more again, that will have a list of all the products that we used in part 1 of the showdown, which was last week, and part 2 of the showdown that we're doing today. I think they all turned out good, but some had advantages and disadvantages depending on what was in the palette, whether or not it really made it a full face palette, and whether it was worth the price to you. So let's get started. Okay, so welcome to part 2 of our palette showdown. So today we're going to be focusing on 2 different palettes. So just to recap, last time we did the Ambient Lighting Powder by Hourglass in the Snake, and that's a little bit of a darker shade. And then we also did the Cali Endless Sunset palette. So you can check out that video up above. I've done the same prep today. So I have on same moisturizer, same primer, and then the same foundation. I already went ahead and put that on since it's the same as last time. So it's the Conceal the Deal in Sesame. So today we're going to be focusing on the other 2 palettes that we didn't get to last time. So we're going to have the Cali Contour palette, which doesn't have any eyeshadow shades, so we'll make an eyeshadow look out of this. We're also going to do the Fantasia by One Size, and this is the Mickey Storybook collection. This one is $24.50 and it's only available on One Size currently. And this one does not have a bronzer, so we will create a bronzer. So we'll see which one becomes more of a full face palette, and then also compared with the previous 2. So let's dive in with the Cali Contour first. So with this one, we do have the contour shade, the bronzer shade, the blush, and then 3 options for highlighter. So we'll go ahead and start with the bronzer first. So I'm going to use all the same brushes that I did last time so that we're keeping consistent, and just going to kind of apply some there. Again, I don't have any finishing powder on, so just gonna add a little bit up top here, and we'll just do this side of the face. And then with the bronzer shade, we'll kind of just do a little bit in the cheeks and add a little bit more depth and perception to the face. Okay, so that is that side. Now for the blush, there's really just one shade of blush. It's this one right here. So we're gonna go ahead and take, again, one of our e.l.f. brushes, and we're just gonna apply that right here. And it's pretty well pigmented. I like the color. I'll just add a little bit more right at the apples of the cheek. And then we'll kind of just also throw some up here and then also down the nose as well. Now for the highlighter shade, this one so this is a matte highlighter, and then these 2 are shimmers. So we'll start out with the matte highlighter, and we're just gonna put some, that's a lot. That is a lot. Let's go ahead and buff some of that out. So you can see there's a little bit of a sheen there. And then we'll go ahead and use this top lighter color, and then we'll put that kind of here, down the bridge of the nose, and then also on the cheek, and then a little bit more there. So that's kind of our palette shades. Now for our eyeshadow, I'm gonna use these 2 shimmer shades again. So I'm gonna use the matte highlight to just basically kind of cover the inner portion of the eye. And then I'm gonna use this top kind of pinker shade to cover the rest of the eye. That gives a really kind of nice sheen. And then I'm gonna go over to the contour shade, and I'm just gonna take a little bit of that and, kind of window wash that, blend this all out. And then same as last time, that really hasn't worked out super well, but I'm gonna take this contour shade and I'm gonna use it as a eyeliner. Okay, and then we'll go ahead and we'll put on our lip gloss. This is the Lippy Balm by Drunk Elephant. And then my favorite mascara, which is the Blink mascara. This is the volumizing version. I have long lashes, but I don't have a ton of volume. So this is the one that's best for me, but they do have lengthening ones, and then they also have a normal one. So this is that side of the face then, and this is with the Cali Contour palette. Now we're going to do the same thing with the Fantasia palette. So with this one here, we're going to go ahead and we're going to start, and I'm going to try to make this brown shade that's an eyeshadow into a bronzer. We're going to see how that works. It's got a little bit of a red touch to it, so let's see how this goes. And you know, when you're using cosmetics, I've used eyeshadow before as blush, so you know, it's color. It's not rocket science. You don't have to use it exactly the way they tell you to use it. So this is actually coming out pretty nice. I'm pretty happy with this. I tend to like some of the red tones in my bronzers, so that looks really nice. Now we have 4 shades that we can choose from for the blush. Now the top 2 are matte, but they're very high impact, and the bottom 2 are sheen. They're still pretty high impact. So I'm gonna go with this kind of pinker one that complements my skin tone a little bit better. And we're just gonna put that right there. And I barely had to tap this to get that amount of color. And oops, I have probably overdone it. So buff some of that out. There we go. I think that looks normal. It's definitely way more pigmented to the other side. Now for our shades, we're gonna basically go in order. So I'm gonna use this in the inner corner. I'm gonna use this in the middle. This will be on the outer, and this will be in the crease. So we're gonna use all of them just to be super extra today. So this one's gonna go in the crease. Really nice color. It's not very super impactful, but it's just really pretty, really nice shimmer. Now we're gonna go to this color, and this one's gonna go into the middle of the eyelid. So kind of the mid lid here, try and stay that there. Now for this kind of darker brown shade, we're gonna put this right on the outer corner. You can see that kind of does have a little bit of more darkness because it doesn't have shimmer. And then the same shade that we use for our bronzer is gonna go right in the crease. So we're just gonna window wash this, push it up a little bit, and then blend it away. There we go. Now we'll try the eyeliner. It's not really been working out really well, but I'm actually gonna use this sheen down here just to see if that maybe helps things a little bit more. I think it might be the brush I have. I think it's just not really picking up super well. So you can see that a little bit there. And then we're gonna do the highlighter. So there's 2 highlighters here. One has a little bit more of a blue tone and one has a little bit more of a white tone. I'm gonna go with the white toned one just to see. And I'm gonna mix a little bit of the blue tone in as well. And then we're just gonna apply that right at the top of the arch, little bit here, little down the forehead, and then also a little down the bridge of the nose, and then also on the chin. So nice, gentle highlighter. I don't use a lot of highlighter when I do it. I try to keep it very minimal so that it doesn't look like I'm wearing, you know, gem and I have giant, you know, stars on my cheeks. So just kind of keep that in mind. I kind of try to keep the highlighter to a minimum. And then we'll go ahead and put our mascara, same one, on this side. Okay, so those are our 2 ones. Okay, so here's our completed look. So again, just to recap, I have the Cali contour on this side, I have the Fantasia on this side. Both of the palettes really kind of turned out well. I think all 4 of the palettes could really be used as a full face palette despite not having eyeshadow or maybe not having bronzer. I was still able to make them all work. So I highly recommend all of them. Obviously there's a price difference. I probably enjoy the Hourglass one the most, and that's probably the one I use the most, but it is ridiculously expensive. I am well aware. So, and I think all the other ones also have a really good impact for the price as well. Thank you for joining me on Beauty First and 10 for our palette showdown. And let me know what you think. So this side, or did you like the previous ones? And again, I'll link part 1 in the comment section below, along with everything that I used in the first video, as well as the second video, and then also what I've been wearing in the last video and this video. So I hope you guys are having a happy holiday season, and I will see you in my next video.